Okay, good.
Ready to go? All right, so thank you all for taking the time to come and listen to the student presentation for Survivable Social Network. This is the third go-around for the SSN project. It all started a year ago when an I&I team sort of kicked it off, and then we had a second team going early in the spring, and now this team has picked it up. They have gone through a very interesting journey, and I hope they take the time to tell you the full story, and not just to present results and the end state. I think that the process was at least as important as the product. What they learned and how they became a team through the process of learning what to develop and how to develop it, I think is actually very, very interesting. So you've got a great audience here tonight. You've got folks who are directly involved in emergency first response. You've got our sponsors here from the city of Palo Alto, members of the faculty. You've got a great audience. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to you. Please introduce yourselves individually so that we get it on the recording, and then you tell us the story of SSN version 3.
Hi everyone, we're Team Survivable Social Network. I guess we'll start with self-introduction. My name is Jing Feng, and we have Yuki here, Brianna, and Ray. I don't know if the camera will be able to catch that. Okay, good. So today we're going to be presenting our practicum project for this semester, Survivable Social Network. Because we've been switching from the camera and the laptop, so there might be some transition issues later, so please forgive us for that. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to start with the problem and background statement. So we want to try to tell you what we're trying to address here with our solution. And then we're going to talk a bit about our solution overview, the major components of our solution, and how each component will take place in real life. And then we have a quick demo. There are two parts of it. The first part will be a test session we have 2 days ago with a staff member here in Silicon Valley campus. We'll show how she is able to start the process with our instructions easily. And then we'll show our 3 components here with the camera. And then we're going to talk about some of the challenges we faced during the semester and some of the reflection process we did. And finally will be some future work that's left to maybe accomplished by a future team that's going to work in the same project. And finally, we're going to have a Q&A session for questions. So before we start, we want to thank you, our sponsors, the City of Palo Alto and San Jose Water Company. We have received great support and great feedback from them, and we also want to thank our faculty advisor, who's been giving a lot of insight and constructive opinions for our project. We're really thankful for them. So let's start with the problems. So as you know, when an emergency or a natural disaster happens, sometimes the telecommunication and internet service may not be available, mainly because the network infrastructure be damaged, the transmission tower or the cables damaged during the disaster, and sometimes just because the traffic exceeds the capacity of the network, so it will cause congestion and sometimes total failure of the system. And that's one problem. And another one is when a large-scale disaster happens, when a lot of people was involved because of the limited resources, not everyone will get instant response. So starting with that problem, we have this concept of survivable social network. So basically we want it to be citizen target, meaning like every general citizen will be participating in helping each other when an emergency situation happens. And also because we believe the best resources is actually the closest resources to you. So we will be utilizing those resources around you to get help when such situation happens. And secondly, the solution we provide will be using laptops, routers, and smartphones. Those devices you can easily have at home, so you actually would require minimum installation and training process. So give you an overview, survivable social network actually enables everyday citizens, beginning with neighbors, to communicate and help each other recover after disaster, independently from communication infrastructure, simply leveraging laptop and routers in your home and browsers on mobile devices. So now I'm going to show you a quick video, just one scenario we came up with how SSN is going to be helpful when a disaster happens. So we don't want to limit the usage of SSN to a specific only shelter usage, but we do believe that by applying SSN with the shelter will be actually great help when recover from a disaster. But definitely there's other usage that we consider for SSN to help in such situations. I'm going to give you a bit about the project background information. So as Bob mentioned earlier, there is actually 2 previous teams have worked on this project. And when we started the beginning of this semester, we were handed over a working social network prototype for us to add development on it. As you probably can recognize from the video we played earlier, there will be 3 major SSN components. The first one is the network layer. Basically, that's the layer we build our services on. The social network engine is the one that you saw earlier with the user account and a post. So basically, it was a social network that's in emergency situation where you can post your information and search for a friend and update your status. And the second one is the voice over IP service that you saw earlier in the video as well, where you'll be utilizing the network we provide to make phone calls. And now Ray is going to give you more details about those 3 major components.
As Xinfeng mentioned earlier, telecommunications and internet service may be heavily impaired during disasters, like the situation in Sandy. So we want to enabling networking capability during such situations to serve our social and voice service. So in the long term, the goal is to build a resilient, wide range covered resilient network. And we started with the local Wi-Fi network that can be set up through common citizens' laptops and routers. In the first half semester, we tested and deployed and tested the mesh network with several access points and quick wheel. And in order to set up local Wi-Fi network, we prepared the DHCP DNS servers in the installation package, and as well as the instructions to help citizens to set up the local Wi-Fi network. The second part is the social network engine. The social network has been playing an increasingly important role in recent years in emergency situations. And in Japan, officers signed up Twitter accounts to fasten emergency response and to publish informations. So we also want to provide a social network that is accessible through our resilient network and it can be easily deployed on common laptops. Basically, it's a HTML5 web app. The previous team chose this technology in order to save time developing various clients on different platforms. And it comes with a mobile interface that is available with various screen size of different devices. So we did a few tests at QuickWheel to gather feedbacks and suggestions on the software, and we did some improvements on the UI part. We also met some issues with the software itself, especially the one with the timeline, but eventually we fixed them. The third part is voice service. Voice service is especially helpful during emergency situation, and we prepared a voice server through Asterisk, which is a software implementation of voice exchange service. And we integrate the voice server with social SNE part by providing directory service on the SNE part. And so the user can find other people's extension by viewing their profile page to contact them dialing phone calls. And we will give a short demo later on.
Then we want to move to the next section about the installation package, because we assume that the free services we explain now will be used by the general people, and also we assume that the setup of those services will be done by the general population. So we need to we are now building a package that will be installed by the general population and launched after disaster. So the installation package has the 3 points. The first part is that this package should be installed easily and without require the professional knowledge about the technology. The second part is a quick launch process so that the people can launch this service quickly and also like without knowing the details about what's happening behind. And the third point is this should be available for the common laptops and access points available in the home of the general people. Then we provide installation package with the virtual machines because the reason we provide virtual machine is because the virtual machine hides the different operating systems like Windows or Mac or Linux that is used by general population. So this solution can work for the different operating systems. Then we currently have the free virtual machines that takes each virtual machine takes the 3 different applications. I mean network, social networking, and also for the voice. Then we made the installation, the guide for the installation and this launching part. Currently it has 9 pages and it is now tested in this campus. So the first point is that we had 2 test sessions with the general users. Here we currently tested with the staff in this campus who don't have the technical knowledge as we or as faculty have. And so this test sessions has conducted to improve the instruction guide and also for the process of this installation. Then this is the overview of our solution. Then we bring this solution to different events to demonstrate and also conduct a field test. So the first event was the Quake Field, which is the emergency exercise event in the city of Palo Alto. In Quakeville, we asked the emergency volunteers to use our social network engine to communicate with the command center and also along with the walkie-talkie what they currently use and what they currently practicing to use for the emergency response. And then we obtain the feedback that includes how the bugs or how this should be improved to make the communication smoother, and also for the commanders, they need to understand what information, how information should be aggregated or collated, so that they can find what is important or not, and so on. I was in the command center, and there's many posts, but it's really hard to handle those posts. So that makes us realize what would happen if many users used our service. Then after that, we shift our project. Firstly, we focused on the social network engine part, only for social networking. But we changed the focus on the entire free parts and also providing the package for the users. It happens in the middle of the semester. And after that, we built our new solution, including free parts and packaging. And then we brought this to the Carnegie Mellon University's new president's inauguration event. And we demonstrated our solution with a new poster including the free parts of our solution. And in addition to this, we conducted test sessions, including the installation process I just explained. And also we conducted test sessions with the students to confirm and improve the usability of the social network engine. This is the photo with our classmate who used the SSN social network engine. And we just ask the people to report what's happening with, we put this building and also some photos from the disaster to explain what's happening. I think that's similar to what the emergency volunteers do for the exercise. Then we would like to show some videos in here. The first video is the record of the test session with the staff in this campus that conducted 2 days ago. So this excuse me. So firstly, I would explain. This video is 4 times faster than actual. So it takes around 20 minutes, actually around 20 to 25 minutes to complete this. And also you can see we provide a laptop and Wi-Fi router to set up, and also we provide the instruction guide that has 9 pages for now. So let's begin. So firstly, she is checking the router, and first we turn on the router, and she reset the router. just pressing the reset button. And she goes to the laptop to access to this router that has been reset. So the network has the default name after the factory settings. And actually she gave us a comment now to improve the process. And she accesses the dashboard of the router, and she goes to here. Firstly, she changed the settings of the wireless network, and she has a little bit confusion between the basic settings and security settings. Actually, we asked to change the security settings first, but she confused and she goes to change the basic settings first. Then she finally reached out the security settings because those submenus are a little bit difficult to find. And so she disables security settings first. Then she goes to she confirms the network is still connected, and she changed the network name SSID from Linksys to SSN because so that people can identify which network belongs to SSN in case of the date for other users who want to use SSN. Then she changes the IP address so that this router works with the SSN virtual machines we provided. So the IP address has been changed, so she needs to reconnect to the network again so that this computer gets the proper IP address access to the router. And I think then she types she finding the new settings. And yes, then she types the new IP address to go back to dashboard. Then she changes the DNS server because to reach the DNS server that we provide as the virtual machine, and she disabled the security, the firewall, so that the probability of the programs accessing from the other user will be eliminated. Then she moves to the installing the virtual machines. Firstly, she began with the installation of the virtual box. We provide for now, we provide a USB stick that contains all the virtual machine, virtual box application installation box, and also for the virtual machine images. Then it's copying, it's done. Then she moves to the installation with the application. Then she opens the package and she continues to install everything. Actually, this is using our member's laptop. Then she installs. Then install has done. Then she moves to the VirtualBox images, the free virtual machines, in the folder that is already copied. Then so the user needs to import all the free images for each currently. So she goes to import. And we already set up the details of the detailed settings of the virtual images, so the user doesn't need to care about what those settings does mean. Basically, we still have the problems of the issues of the interface. The name of the interface is different between Windows laptop and Mac laptop. Such kind of issue, but we can. I believe that we can address those possible errors using inside of the installation guide, so that user can solve the problem by themselves. And she launched the virtual machines. Those free black boxes are the virtual machines that takes each role. I mean, the network, social network engine, and also for the voice over IP service. And then she finally goes to test the social network engine is running, just using Android, using the smartphone. Then she shows, so she access to the service. So that's the whole installation and launching process that we explained. So as you see, the installation process takes a long time, around 15 to 20 minutes at current settings. And launching process was very easy. Just user needs to select the virtual machine to launch and just press the start button. That's what user needs to do to launch the social SSN. Then we asked her to the feedback for this session.
So overall, the experience for me of installing or setting up the router and installing the virtual machine hardware for the survivable social network was certainly something I understood. I have a pretty good understanding of how all the different parts work. I've set up my own home router before, and I do have a little bit of experience running sort of virtual environments through VMware or VPN type situations. So each of the elements was pretty easy for me to understand, and the documentation that you provided was easy to follow with a couple of missing steps that I was able to clarify pretty quickly. I think for in terms of things that could be improved, I wasn't as familiar with the particular virtual environment that you used, and I wasn't entirely sure how the relationship of the whole survivable social network to that small setup piece that was running on my computer and my router. But the setup was very easy and very clear, and I think it would be pretty accessible to anybody who'd worked with a home router before.
So that was the feedback from actually the video we showed is the second test session that comes after 2 weeks after the first session, the first batch of the session. And in the first batch of the session, like the staff has the difficulty to complete a task because of the instruction doesn't fully explain like what problem can happen, and also like we also kept some technical jargons that people cannot understand. Then we improved the instruction guide for the second version, and now the experience of the installation got much better than the previous version at this for now. Then we would like to show the demonstration of how those free components after this installation and launching part has passed. Then we would like to show what the user and the user who access to the social SSN can do. So change to. So it takes a few minutes to change the Adobe Connect. That is the recording. Stop sharing and sharing. So.
It's on the show.
Okay, now it's ready. So firstly, I would like to just demonstrate what's going to happen with this phone. So firstly, unlock this, and we already set up the Wi-Fi network using this router. It's also popular, and that is already used in the test session. Then this phone is already connected to the SSN network. So we confirm this part. Then firstly, this is the the first screen that appears with the social network engine. So currently user can create account using their Facebook credential, and also for the without Facebook, so that the user who don't have the Facebook or user who don't want to link their Facebook account can create account using the sign up. Then user can also sign in with his Facebook account and also without the Facebook account. So currently I just create a test account with a fake email address and a fake password. Then I will sign in with the service. Excuse me. This password is so then this is the time. This is the first screen after the login, signing into the service. So this shows a timeline, like what posts were made by the users. So like the Brianna posted the presentation, and also I created some of the posts like I'm in a shelter at Capri, and so like people who wander the shelters can leave the post to find someone, and also to tell someone who. For example, I was wandering to find my father, and when my father goes to the particular shelter, that is different from the shelter I stayed, he can find my post and go to my shelter, and so on. And another possible information that can be posted in the shelter is like, this post shows like the shower service will be provided by someone, maybe the force or army. And from the 9 a.m. tomorrow, and we also need volunteers to set up these showers and so on. So this is the timeline, the basic stuff, very similar to the Twitter. And I can also make the posting that is, let's see, just test post. Then I can choose my status that shows like I'm okay, or I need someone's assistance, or I'm in an emergency situation. So I just choose okay here and make a post. So it appears in here. And you may recognize that these posts are colored by green, yellow, and also there is supposed to be red. These are corresponding to green means that I post with okay, and also yellow means that I need assistance, red means I'm in emergency situation. Those posts are recorded by the timestamp, so that when it's already shown with when this post has been made and what status I am. Then, and also I can see the profile here, like what post I already made. This is the account that I prepared for my Android phone. And also you can find that there's a phone number here, which means like I can receive the phone call from the other user using this number. Then another functionality is like we have the search function, and so we can place the. So let me find the Shin phone and search. In that case, it suggests the user Shin phone. And also I can follow and remove this user. That means, like after going back, like I can filter the post with the user that I'm following. So it only shows my post and the Shin phone because I don't follow the user except the Shin phone. So then let's go back to the searching. And let me, excuse me. Maybe I can find, so let me find the Shin phone from the following and followers. So the profile page has the following and followers page, followers. So I can find the Shin phone here. And then, so here is the Shin phone's phone. And so the Shin phone's profile shows the phone number, the ID phone number of the Shin phone's phone. And so let me try to make call to her. This is her phone. So if I tap this number, and her phone get the call. So the user can make the phone call using just tapping the link appears in the SSN. And in case this phone application doesn't work, but the user can make the phone call just using the number appears in the SNE. So the user needs to install, to make the phone calls, the user needs to install the applications called SIP client that is available in the App Store and Google Play Store. And these applications we are using now is providing the free, so the user can make the calls without paying. But the user needs to install these applications beforehand of the disaster to use the phone. So that's the pretty much of the demonstration. So currently, user can make access to the services, all services based on the network layer we explained first, and the user can access the social networking and also the voice services using the smartphones. Then we would like to back to the slides.